going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Phillies are wrapping up their 6-game series out in the West Coast, and these last 3 games against the San Francisco Giants, well, the series finale will be coming to an end today. So they've played 2 games. This is the 3rd game of the 3, and the Phillies are looking to avoid a sweep and trying to salvage the series. Let's see if they can do that this afternoon as they get started at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So should be underway in about just a few moments. Kyle Harrison will be on the bump for the Giants, and he'll be going up against Christopher Sanchez. And, well, the last time the Phillies faced Kyle Harrison, it was actually his major league debut, and he didn't really pitch too well in that outing. Lasted a pretty short amount of time, but let's see if history can sort of repeat itself. Bryce Harper actually went 2 for 2 against him and ended up having a home run as one of his hits. So let's see what happens in regards to this afternoon's game. The Phillies got shut out yesterday. It was not a good outing at all whatsoever, offensively speaking. Giants went to a bullpen game, and Zach Wheeler started for the Phillies, and he looked really good in 6 innings. He just allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, and he had 7 strikeouts. And the Phillies bullpen pretty much did their job. It was just the zombie runner that was over at second base that the Giants were just able to get a run because of a sacrifice fly. So, all right. Well, it's 69 degrees out in the Bay. And, well, the Phillies lineup will look just like this. It'll be Schwarber batting first, and then Edmundo Sosa slides up to the 2 spot. Bryce Harper's hitting 3rd. Alec Bohm is in the cleanup spot. Nick Castellanos slides down to the 5 hole. And then you got Stoddard over at second base. Whit Merrifield out in left field, batting 7th. Garrett Stubbs will be catching today for JT Realmuto behind the plate. And batting 9th, it'll be Christian Pache playing out in center field as Yohan Rojas has the afternoon off. And here's Kyle Harrison, the left-handed pitcher, who's gone 11 starts this year. He has a 4-1 record, a 3.90 earned run average, along with 55 strikeouts and 60 innings of work. And he's been doing a pretty good overall job for the Giants this year, I would say. So the Phillies, again, the lineup for them, it's Schwarber, Sosa, Harper, Bohm, Castellanos, Stott, Merrifield, Stubbs, and Pache. Phillies lost the first 2 games of the series. They lost 8-4 on Monday afternoon. That was Memorial Day. And then they got shut out last night. The game ended up going into extra innings, and the Giants would walk it off on a sacrifice fly, and that was hit by Luis Matos. All right, so we're just about ready to get underway out in the Bay Area. Hopefully you guys slept well last night. Kyle Schwarber rocking the sunglasses today. He is up to bat. Phillies are in their gray and red uniforms. Gray tops, gray bottoms with the Phillies logo, the P, on the top part of the hat in white. And the Giants are in their cream uniforms with the black letters on the front, the black numbers on the back, and the orange letters on the back outlined with black. All right, 1 ball, no strikes to Kyle Schwarber as the first pitch was just outside, and the 1-0 was swung on and missed. Well, Schwarber up to bat for the Phils. Ended up going 2 for 4 in last night's game. He had a single out to center in the 3rd and single to right also in the 8th, and was intentionally walked in the 10th. The 1-1 swing and a miss. The count is now 1-2. It looks gorgeous. A picture-perfect day out in San Francisco. The 1-2 pitch, and that's sliced out over towards left field. On the run is the left fielder. It's going back towards the track, and that is gone. Kyle Schwarber able to get a solo jack out to left field. The wind was carrying that thing, and, well, Schwarber doesn't really go the opposite way that much, and the Phillies lead at 1-0. And that's the first run in about 12 innings for the Phils. How about that? It was an outside pitch, and Schwarber just hit it out to left, and it just sailed out over past the Hanwha life sign. Now Edmundo Sosa's up to bat, and he takes the pitch. It looked like it was a high strike, but it's called a ball by the home plate umpire. The ball is one strike, and that pitch, that was outside, and that's called a strike, so weird strike zone. So Schwarber able to get his 12th homer of the season, or his 11th homer of the season. The 0-2 is fouled off. So it's no balls, two strikes. I want to make sure I stand corrected. Harrison on the bump, and the 0-2 is popped up and hit out over towards foul ground, over towards the first base side, and Flores gets to it on the line, makes the grab, and the first out is recorded. Luke Arcani just tweeted out, it's disgusting how people don't think that Schwarber should be batting in the leadoff spot. Mentioned before that the last time Harrison pitched, it was his major league debut, and he faced Bryce Harper, who ended up going 2 for 2. They showed a replay of the homer that he hit. Harper rocking the sunglasses as well, took the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The second pitch is a slurve. That's taken high for a ball. One ball, one strike to Harper, and the pitch, and that is drilled foul. Final score prediction, man. Comment down below. Butterfly, what's up, Butterfly? How you doing? What's good, Butterfly? Harper wearing blue sleeves underneath the gray jersey. The 1-2 delivery, and that spoiled foul was a changeup that was inside. And that makes the count now 1-2. The pitch, and that's taken low for ball 2. Giants defensively. Flores in the infield over at first base. At second, it's Estrada. Third, it's Chapman. Then over at shortstop is Luciano. Then from left to right, it's Ramos, Fitzgerald, and Matos. 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss, and Harper strikes out. There's the first out recorded on the day. Kyle Harrison was able to get Harper to strike out there. Then behind the plate, you have Kurt Casale. And on the bump, it's Kyle Harrison. As we mentioned before, it's about 66 degrees out at Oracle Park. There's Bohm up to the plate, and he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the first. Schwarber hit a home run to lead off the game out towards left field. And the 1-0 swing and a miss by Alec Bohm. That's his first opposite field home run that he's had this season. The 1-1 delivery, and there's a pop-up over towards shallow center field. On the run is Estrada, and he's there to make the catch. And the inning comes to an end. But the Phillies strike first, and Kyle Schwarber able to break the ice as they lead it 1-0, and he goes the opposite way. And we go to the bottom of the first. Be right back in just a few moments. All right, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Hit those notification bell icons as well. All right, well, Christopher Sanchez will pitch the bottom of the first inning, and the pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike to Luis Matos. He had the walk-off sac fly last night in the bottom of the 10th to help the Giants win 1-0. The pitch, swing and a miss. His average at .258. Has 2 homers and 20 RBI. No balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez on the bump for the Phillies. And the 0-2 delivery. Swinging a tapper, hit over towards third base. Gobbled up by Bohm, throws on the run. And gets the first out recorded in the bottom of the first. Luciano is coming up next. Then it's Matt Chapman, who's over at third base, batting in the 3-hole. Wilmer Flores in the cleanup spot. Then Jorge Soler batting 5th. And you got Ramos out batting 6th. Fitzgerald is hitting 7th in the order. And Casali is batting 9th. The pitch, and that's going to be fouled away. So, excuse me, it's Matos, Luciano, Estrada, Chapman, Flores, Soler, Ramos, Fitzgerald, and Casali. Luciano only with 1 RBI this year. Does have a .391 batting average. The 0-1, and there's a tapper hit over towards the third base side of the mound. Sanchez throws it over to first, and it's low as it gets by Harper. And going over towards right field is Bryson Stott, who tried to back it up, hit the backstop, and that's going to be probably an infield single. The throw that was made by Christopher Sanchez was low, was hit over towards the third base side. Sanchez had to charge off the mound, and he spinned, he turned, he actually barehanded the baseball, and he threw it, and it was low, and Harper was not able to dig it out. It's actually a little bit wide over towards Harper's left side. So let's see what they rule it as Estrada is due up to bat. And the pitch is outside for a ball. All right, we'll have to fix this later. So we got a runner aboard over at first base. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. How about that slider? Came inside running, and Estrada just could not catch up to it. So they say that it was an error on Sanchez. That's going to be recorded as an E1. Toss back over to first. And Luciano gets back in there safely. Phillies defensively, they have, well, the 1-1 is inside and low for a ball to make it a 2-1 count. Behind the plate, it's Garrett Stubbs. On the mound, it's Christopher Sanchez. And in the infield, the Phillies have Harper at first, Stott at second, Sosa at short, and Bohm at third. And in the outfield, it's Merrifield out in left, Paches in center, and Castellanos out in right field. 2-1 pitch, and another roller hit over towards shortstop. They're not going to get the out over at second, but the throw over to first by Sosa is just in time. Able to get Estrada out by maybe a step. Going to see a lot of change-ups and sliders from Christopher Sanchez. He's been utilizing both of those pitches about 51% of the time, as well as the sinker. He uses about 48% of the time. Does have a cutter that he uses every once in a while. 2 outs. A runner over at second. We're in the bottom of the first. The Phillies lead at 1-0 on the solo homer by Kyle Schwarber out to left field. And the pitch is in there for a strike to Matt Chapman. Hitting now .241 on the season. Sanchez gets set, kicks, deals, and throws it outside and low for a ball. Christopher's 2-3 is a 3.15 earned run average, as well as 49 strikeouts. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, and that's in there for a strike on the inside corner. In the month of May, he's gone 25 innings. He's allowed 28 hits, 7 earned runs. He has not allowed a homer in this month. and has 20 strikeouts. That's been the most impressive thing. The last time he allowed a homer was against the Angels. That was on April 29th. And the 1-2 on the way, and it's just inside. Let's see again. Yep, that missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luciano over at second base, and the next pitch is fouled off over towards the third base side. We got 75 people tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. DJ Rayburn is behind the plate this afternoon. Then it's John Lipka over at first base, James Hoyes at second, and Rob Drake, who was the home plate umpire in last night's game, he's over at third. The pitch, and that's sliced foul once again over towards the third base side once. And Chapman will try to get another crack at it. Soler does wait in the on-deck circle. Giants are in their cream uniforms. Have the orange cleats and batting gloves on. The 2-2, and that's sliced out over towards center field. On the run is Pache. He tracks it down, then makes the catch just at the track. And the inning comes to an end. It was sharply hit by Matt Chapman, but Pache had a good read on it. Was able to track it down and record the third out of the inning. No runs, 1 man left, and we go to the top of the second. Phillies up 1-0. Okay. All right, so it's Estrada, Chapman, and Flores is in the on deck was in the on deck circle. I screwed this up because I wasn't paying attention. Ramos, Fitzgerald, and then it's Casali. Good stuff. What's going on, Butterfly? Need more runs. Jackie Moon's here. Casty is still batting fifth. Hey, he's not batting cleanup, Jackie. He's not batting cleanup. I'm sure that you were also the one that said last year that Trey, at this point, needs to be benched. And I agreed about that. I didn't think he should have been benched, but I thought that he should have been moved down in the lineup at this point. And I believe that Castellanos should be moved down in the lineup. There's a difference between being benched and moving down the lineup. Okay? To me, it's like it's an old school approach. I get it. But he's struggling, and you know that he can still, you know that when he's hot, he's hot. Like, this is a guy who can give you 33 homers in a year and over 100 RBI. I'm not benching that guy. I don't care how much he's struggling, unless it goes on for a couple of months. And right now, we're almost 2 months into it. We are. But I'm not there yet. Comes Castellanos to start off the top of the second inning in the pitch, and that's going to be lined out over towards the left field side. It is a foul ball. It's an 0-1 count. Kyle Harrison back out there on the bump. It was a hanging changeup. Casty got a pretty good piece on that. His averages have 199. And the 0-1 is in there for a strike. Yeah, but Trey wasn't moved down to the 7th spot until, June. So, the ball is 2 strikes. And the next pitch, and that's going to be grounded into right field for a base hit. Past the diving stop of the first baseman, Flores, and Castellanos able to get a single for the Phillies. So we start off the second inning. By the way, Bryce Harper went down into the clubhouse after the bottom of the first. No confirms, but it seems like that he's dealing with some sort of illness. So, just wanted to make sure that I brought that up. Comes Bryson Stott to the plate, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Yep. I'm on it. Stott hitting .244 with about 5 homers and 30 RBI in the 0-1, and that's going to be laced out to center field for a base hit. Castellanos rounding second. He will stay put, and the throw over to shortstop is cut off, and there's back-to-back singles for the Phils. So that puts runners over at first and second base. And Stott able to come through. Now it's Whit Merrifield's turn to come on up to the bat. Jelly was able to record the win last night for the Giants. He's now 2-1 on the season. Strom got charged with his first loss of 2023. Here comes Merrifield in the first pitch. He skies this one out over towards shallow right center field. Ramos is there, and he'll make the catch. And Castellanos stays over at second base. Haven't seen Harper come back from the tunnel. Now it's Garrett Stubbs, who's coming up to bat. Stubbs, the backup catcher for the Phils. And the pitch by Harrison, and it was taken high, but it's a called strike by Rayburn. It's been a weird strike zone by him today. The ball is 1 strike. And the 0-1 by Stubbs, and that's going to be ripped over to second base, and that's caught by Estrada. That was a hot shot, and just some bad luck there. Stubbs lines out over to second, and Christian Pache is coming up to bat. Keep it PG, my guy. But yeah, that was funny. Got 101 people tuning in. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Pache is coming up in the pitch, and that's going to be grounded into left field for a base hit. Castellanos will be rounding third. The throw to the plate to try to get Castellanos is off the line, and he slides in there safely, and the Phillies take a 2-0 lead on an RBI single by Christian Pache. Pache able to come through and get his 8th RBI of the season. Just got it right in between the 5-6 hole. A good slide, too, by Casti. Here comes Kyle Schwarber. Runners are over at first and second. Stopped over at second base. And the pitch to Kyle is inside. It almost got away from the catcher. And everybody holds their horses. Woohoo, we needed those runs. All right, Jackie, there we go. There we go. 1-0 is the count. And the next pitch to Schwarber is taken outside by a hair for ball 2. Rangers, they lead at 4-0. The Cardinals lead at 5-3. The Reds are down to their final out in that game, but there's a runner over at third. And the Tigers have a 1-0 lead against the Pirates. That game is still early on. Those are all the games that are going on right now. We have a balk called. We do. A balk is called on Harrison, and that's going to advance the runners over to second and third. So Stott is now at third, and Pache is over at second base. Yep, Harrison slipped as he was trying to go over to home plate. I think he just lost his footing there. Yeah, he did. Unfortunate. And the 2-0 is in there for a strike. Just lost his footing and sort of skidded a little bit, so got called for a balk there. The 2-1 pitch to Schwarber, and that's high and inside to make the count now 3-1. Before Kyle's homer, well, the Phillies hadn't scored in 15 innings. The 3-1, and that's low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Charge. All right, bases juiced for Edmundo Sosa, who's batting in the 2 spot. I'm sure Jackie's happy about that. Bases juiced, and the pitch is inside for a ball. You were screaming for Sosa to bat a little bit higher, so Rob must have listened to you. And I agreed with that. The 1-0 pitch, and that's popped up and hit over towards the first base side and foul ground. That goes out of play. Jackie says, I will say having Kyle hit near 240 and still getting on base and hitting home runs is an amazing sight to see. I agree with that. I do. I agree with that. Can Sosa come through here? Stotts at third. Pache's at second. Schwarber's over at first. It's 2-0 Phillies, and the 1-1 on the way, and that is swung on and missed by Edmundo Sosa, just a hair outside. Sosa went 1 for 4 in last night's game and also scored. Or actually, sorry, he went 2 for 3 in last night's game and ended up going 1 for 4 in the first game. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Sosa goes down swinging, and we head to the bottom of the second. Phillies leave the bases loaded, but they get another run on an RBI single by Christian Pache. I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. So Harper, who did go back to the tunnel, is back out there for the Phillies. And he's still over at first base. The pitch to Wilmer Flores is in there for a strike. Sanchez on the bump, and the 0-1 is inside. Way inside for a ball. Don't forget to comment your final score predictions down below. We only have 96 people on here watching. Let's go, baby. Come on. The pitch, a changeup that's inside and low for ball 2. Excuse me. Two balls, one strike. Sanchez kicks and delivers, and that pitch is laced out over to right field for a base hit. It takes about 2 bounces or so. Casti does pick it up, but Flores is able to get on, and there's the first hit on the afternoon for the Giants. Phillies are fine right now. They're just in a little slump. Yeah, they don't, in my opinion, and you guys can disagree with me, they don't need another bat. Like, they're in a slump right now. This is their first 3-game losing streak. The second time that they got shut out was last night. You know, Twitter has been really going off and just hitting the panic button on this team, and that's not how it should be. No balls, one strike to Jorge Soler. Taijuan Walker struggled in his last outing, but Walker's a really good fifth pitcher that any other team would take. If they want to make a move, the only move that they should make is get another bullpen piece. But that's being nitpicky. One ball, one strike, and the next pitch, and that swung on and missed for strike two. It was a slider that was in the dirt. Any team would take Bryce Harper. Any team would honestly, if you asked them, they would take Nick Castellanos. As weird as it sounds to some of you, they would take those guys. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's in there for strike three. So Soler goes down looking. And there's one out. The pitchers have been good, have been pitching good. The bat have been very quiet. Because that's over his last two outings. He didn't start the season. He didn't have a spring training. How would you feel if you just get thrown into the fire and you just are expected with all these with all the stress on you? It's so hard. No balls, one strike, and the pitch to Ramos is low for a ball. Elliot Ramos batting .275 with 2 homers and 12 RBI on the season. Sanchez gets set at the belt, kicks, delivers the pitch, swing and a miss. And it's now a 1-2 count to Ramos. The Giants are 29-27. And the 1-2, and that swung on and missed, and Sanchez is able to get his second strikeout of the day. And his second strikeout in a row. The Giants, after this, will be at home. They actually have an off day tomorrow. Then they face the Yankees from Friday to Sunday. Then they head out to Arizona and then go to Texas next week. Then the following week after that, they host the Houston Astros and the LA Angels. Tyler Fitzgerald's up to bat. He takes a strike. Scored the run last night to walk it off in the bottom of the 10th. Then the 0-1, and that swung on and missed to make the count 0-2. Kirk Casalio, it does, wait in the on-deck circle. See if Sanchez can strike out the side here. Sanchez looks back over at first, and the 0-2 on the way is a breaking ball that misses low. Phillies are on a 9-game losing streak out in San Francisco. They haven't won since 2021. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the next pitch, swing and a miss. Christopher Sanchez strikes out the side, and we head to the top of the third inning, 2-0 Phillies lead as they come back up to bat, and Harper will lead things off. Well, unfortunately, Scott Fransky, who is the Phillies radio play-by-play announcer, well, he's not in attendance today at the game. That's because a family member of his passed away. So just wanted to say sorry for his loss, and hopefully he's doing well, him and his family. People are panicking for no reason. I agree. 20 games over 500 and everybody's crying. See, that's the thing, is that there's always something. And, like, I can be nitpicky about certain things. I get it. Sure, I can be nitpicky. But guess what? Kyle Schwarber, whether you like it or not, was batting in the leadoff spot for over the last 3 years. And guess where that got them to? The Phillies made it to the World Series in 2022. And even last year, they made it to the NLCS. But yet people were complaining about even him playing the field. And I agree with that. I definitely agree. But you have those holes on teams. And, like, that's just a part of baseball. You know, nobody's perfect. Sanchez changeup is deadly. Yep. All right, here comes Bryce Harper to the plate in the first pitch, and that is swung on and fouled over towards the first base side. The ball is in 1 strike, and the next pitch is inside for a ball. One ball, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. The next pitch, and that's swung on and missed. The 1-2 from Harrison, and that's a dribbler. Hit back over towards the first base side, but it's a foul ball. And Harper does stay alive. So he went into the tunnel during the top of the second inning when the Phillies were up to bat, just to get checked out. I don't know what that was all about, but he did come back out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Harper, who's 5 for 18 this year against the Giants with 2 homers and 6 RBI, along with 7 walks and 5 runs scored. The pitch. Low and outside. Good slurve. But Harper did not buy on that one. Pete Alonso just left the game for the Mets. He just got hit by a pitch on the right hand. People were talking about Pete Alonso a little bit earlier. The pitch, and that's outside for a ball. Count full to Bryce Harper. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and Harper strikes out on a 94-mile-per-hour fastball on the upper tier of the zone. And he goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts in a row by Kyle Harrison. Bohm and Harper, by the way, are 2 of the top 5 leaders in RBI in the National League. Bohm is 47, which is in second place, and Harper is 41. The pitch is taken outside for a ball. The pitch, and that's way up high for ball 2. Again, keep it PG. Keep it PG, my guy. 2 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch is way outside for ball 3 at 93 miles per hour. So it was Scott Fransky's dad that did pass away. And that was confirmed. 3-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. He got choked up on Memorial Day. Because his dad, of course, served for the country. The 3-1, and that's popped up. Hit out over towards the first base side and foul ground, and Flores is there, and he does make the catch, and there's 2 outs. So they just announced that Scott Fransky's dad did pass away. He went back to Texas to be with his family. And his dad, who was a lifelong Rangers fan, got to witness them winning the World Series last year in the fall. The pitch, and that's fouled back. So that's why Greg Murphy was on. Prayers. The 0-1 pitch to Castellanos. Fly ball hit out over to left field. It's going back towards the track, and it just hits off the top of the wall. And Casty just jogs on in over to second base. That was inches from being a home run. And we talk about the timing of Castellanos. That's funny. That was almost a home run, too. Wow. 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Sending all the condolences to Scott Fransky and his family. It's not easy. And the pitch, and that's fouled off to Bryson Stott. Obviously, he's in our thoughts and prayers. Harrison on the bump. 50 total pitches for him so far, and the 0-1 is going to be grounded over to shortstop, and that's fielded on a couple of bounces. The throw across the diamond, and Stott beats it out. He hustled, and to be honest with you, well, the shortstop for the Giants, Luciano, looked like he just took his time there to make the throw over to first. And Stott able to hustle that one out. I thought he had it too. Luciano just took his time on the throw, and Stott hustled and got to it. That is what you call a hustle play. And Castellanos does go over to third base. 2 outs now in the top of the third, and Whit Merrifield up to bat for the Phils. And the pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a called strike. He flied out in the second. His average at 179. 0-1 is the count to Merrifield. And the pitch, and that's taken low and inside for a ball. And swiping second is Stott. And 2 runners are in scoring position. 1-1 is the count. Phillies lead it 2-0. And the pitch, and that's way up high and outside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 runners in scoring position for the Phils, and the next pitch it was outside, but it's a called strike by Rayburn, and that was not a strike. That was not a strike. Way off the plate. Harrison has the count tied up at 2 apiece. 55 total pitches for Kyle. 20 in this inning alone. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be hit out over to right field. And there to make the grab is Ramos. He hit it sharply, and that's going to result in a line out to right. And the inning does come to an end. Well, Merrifield lines out over to right. Phillies leave 2 runners in scoring position. And that's all that they can do as we go to the bottom of the third. Yeah. Yeah, I knew something was up when I was listening to the radio and Scott wasn't there yesterday. He hit it sharply, Jackie. That was just unfortunate. Hit it out to right field. By the way, Castellanos, that was his 600th career extra base hit. So Scott's father, Bob Fransky, wanted to make sure that I had some stuff on him. Bob Fransky, Scott Fransky's dad. Scott Fransky's dad. Is there anything about his dad? No. I know that he served, but that's all I know. And that he was a big Texas Rangers fan. The pitch, and that's taken on the outside corner for a strike. Tom McCarthy, I heard, said some really nice words about him. No balls, one strike, and the next pitch to Kirk Casale is in there for a strike. The 0-2. That's popped up, hit out over towards shallow right field, and Stott does get under it, and he makes the grab for the first out of the inning. What are they showing? Roy Halladay's perfect game was today. Today is the anniversary of that, isn't it? Wow. The pitch, and that's taken low for a ball. Luis Matos due up to bat for the Giants. He has 2 homers and 20 RBI. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. It's taken all the way for strike 2. We got a chatty chat today. It's good. Very talkative. He passed at the age of 91. Wow. 1-2 pitch. And that's hit out over towards center field. And Pache's on the run, and he does make the catch. Thanks for that. What's up, Kimberly? How you doing? Okay. I wanted to see if you said something. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Only 1 hit for the Giants. Nobody on. And the pitch is taken outside for ball 1 to Wisely. Wisely's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and the 1-0 is grounded into right field for a base hit. And Casty will play it on the ground, and there's a 2-out single. I remember Scott, during the Texas shooting a couple of years ago, came on the radio, and you can go check it out. It's actually on YouTube. He had some words to say about that and related it to like his daughters and stuff. No, this has nothing to do with his dad, but it just shows like how incredible of a guy he really is. If you watch that, he said some really powerful stuff. The 1-0 is lined out over to left field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. And Estrada gets on with a single. And to me, it just goes to show like how great of a family he really has. You know, I got to talk to him, and he was a very humble person when I got to speak to him in person. And told you everything like it was. Matt Chapman up to bat for the Giants. The former Athletic at the plate. The base hit could tie the game up in the pitch, and it's taken down low for a ball. Gray Murphy just gave a really nice tribute to him. I'll have to listen to it. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, 2 runners on. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. Gets set just a little bit above the belt. And the 1-0 is taken outside for ball 2. JJ, I had nothing to watch last night, so I found your late night live stream of the game, and you got me hooked. What you said and did for the Baltimore Orioles podcast guy was really cool, and you have a new fan now. Thank you. I appreciate that. The 2-0 is in there for a strike. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I love what I do. I really do. The pitch, and that's inside for ball 3. And for those people that paved the way for me, I want to pave the way for others too. And we're all in this together. Just like the song from High School Musical. But, you know, when you're on here, you find a lot of people that do watch party stuff as the 3-1 is fouled off. And there's nothing wrong with the Manning style casts. But to see a guy who was a writer for NBC Sports and who was in the field, and to see him now on here taking advantage of this new medium, I think it's awesome. 3-2 on the way, and that's taken low for ball 4. And that's going to load the bases with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. I appreciate that, Jackie. Caleb Cotham's now going to go out there, so we have a little bit of trouble here for Christopher Sanchez. It's traffic on the bases. Everybody is at a spot. I will say, I know I'm venting, but JJ, you do seriously keep me active and help calm me down with the team. I seriously love this team. I know you do. We all do. They have just let us down in the most painful ways. I get it. I understand. I completely understand. Kimberly, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate that. Bases juiced. Here we go. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 49 total pitches for Christopher Sanchez. And up to bat is Wilmer Flores, who singled his last time up. He's had a lot of success against the Phillies. And the pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. Just on the inside corner. Flores, as we mentioned, singled in the 2nd. His average is at .216. He has 1 homer and 14 RBI this year. In the 0-1, and that swung on and missed. A good changeup thrown by Sanchez. The count is now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Base is loaded for the Giants. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies have a 2-0 lead. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Wilmer Flores. And we go to the top of the 4th. Nice job by Sanchez to get out of the jam. There we go. That's how you do it. That last changeup was nasty. Sanchez, by the way, against the Giants, has a 1.93 earned run average and 6 strikeouts. The last time he pitched, it was in September of 2022. He went 3 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 walks, and he had 6 strikeouts. All right. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. That changeup was ridiculous. It was so good. Stick another sip of water. So let me ask you guys something. So we go to the fourth inning, okay? We're in the top of the fourth. You know, I think that this game has a very special meaning to a lot of people, okay? And you don't have to get too deep about it, but I am just curious because I think that the game itself is special. The history behind it is cool. And it's, you know, there's nothing better than going to the ballpark to watch the game. I like going to football games. I like going to basketball games. I like going to lacrosse games whenever I can, or even soccer games. But there's nothing better than going to the ballpark. And I want you, if you can, tell me a story down below of what your favorite memory was going to the ballpark, but with a family member or a friend. Okay? I want to hear stories about that. Because those are special people. Here comes Garrett Stubbs to the plate. Harrison with 58 pitches. The count is 1-1 in the next pitch, and that's going to be ripped out over to right field for a base hit. Takes a bounce in front of Ramos. And Garrett Stubbs has been hitting the ball hard today. He lined out in his last at-bat over to second base, and he ripped that thing out to right. And gets on with a leadoff single. He's been seeing the ball pretty well. Favorite memory, Jackie Moon says. 2008 World Series with the family. Having my dad go, you know Joe Blanton is a decent hitting pitcher. Pache up to bat in the first pitch. Ground ball into left field for a base hit. And Stubbs stops at second. Runners go from station to station. And Pache comes through with a single. And that's going to put runners over at first and second base. Schwarber's coming on up to bat. Favorite memory, 2008 World Series with the family. Having my dad go, you know Joe Blanton's a decent hitting pitcher. And then him blasting a homer. That was good. That's a good one. Kyle's on. We'll get to your stories. We'll read it as the inning goes on. Unless there's some big things that happen. All right. Here's Schwarber in the first pitch. That misses way inside for a ball. Schwarber walked his last time up for the Phils. That was his 42nd walk on the season. Leads the team in that category. And the 1-0, and that's just taken outside for a ball as well. Pache's now 2 for 2 today. He had the RBI single back in the second. And he's over at first. Schwarber up to the plate. And the next pitch, and that's going to be grounded over to first base. They'll flip over the second. There's one, and that's all that they're going to get. So it was pulled over towards the right side. It almost got right through the hole. And Stubbs stops at third. So it's Stubbs and Schwarber at the corners with 1 out. And Edmundo Sosa is coming up. He ended up striking out with the bases loaded his last time up, and he's looking for some redemption here. 21 total hits for Sosa in the month of May. And 10 of them have been extra base hits. The pitch to Edmundo, swing and a miss. 4 doubles, 4 triples, and 2 homers. He's hitless in 2 at-bats. His average down to 317. I say down because it was up a little bit higher coming into today, obviously. And the 0-1 will try to fight this one off. It's hit out over towards center field. On the run is the center fielder. He'll make the catch. Garrett Stubbs is going to have to retreat back over to third. And, well, there's 2 outs. Fitzgerald made the catch out in shallow center field. I thought Stubbs was going to try to tag up, but he didn't. And I don't know if he would have scored necessarily, but he was not even on the bag tagging up, it looked like, from the angle that they showed us. No, what's he doing? If there's not even a runner over at second, you got to tag the bag. Thought that was really bad awareness by him. 2 outs in the top of the 4th, but Sosa could not come through. Phillies have struggled today with runners in scoring position. Harper has struck out twice. He's up to bat with the white batting gloves on. The pitch to Bryce, and that's on the outside corner for strike 1. I promise I'll read your comments. 0-1 is the count to Harper. The pitch, swing and a miss. He went after a changeup. It was low, and it was a bad pitch to begin with. Phillies lead 2-0 against the Giants. Harrison with 67 pitches, looking to get out of the inning unscathed. The 0-2. That misses inside, and, well, Schwarber's going to jog on over to second, and he gets his 3rd stolen base of the season. That's actually now his 4th. He had his 3rd a couple of days ago. He literally was hustling as fast as he could over to second. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's just fouled away. It was a slurve that was heading down in the dirt. Kyle now in scoring position. And the 1-2, and that almost nearly hit Bryce Harper. It was inside and high. Jeez. That was heading right over towards his elbow. He was like, yeah, I don't want you to hit me, man. He was getting a little bit feisty there. A little bit animated. I don't blame him. I don't think it was on purpose, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Phillies have a 2-0 lead in the 2-2, and that's going to be inside and high. And, well, Bryce Harper is now chirping a little bit, and DJ Rayburn's trying to hold him back. It's now 3-2. Giants fans are standing up. Alec Bohm is going to go out there. He's in the on-deck circle. The Phillies dugout's going to clear. Rob Thompson's out there. And, well, Harrison almost nearly hit Bryce Harper on the previous pitch, and that one was really close. And here comes the Phillies bullpen. They're trying to charge on out over towards the mound. The Giants bullpen comes loose, too. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's the count to Harper. Everybody's crowding on the mound, and Harper did have to be separated for a few seconds. There's nothing really too much going. No punches thrown, nothing like that right now. But, for sure, Kyle Schwarber is having some words with DJ Rayburn, too. And now it looks like Solaire's trying to back up a teammate. We had some words being scuffled around. I can't tell who it was, but Thompson and a whole crowd of Phillies players trying to separate them from some Giants players. Bob Melvin was also in action, too. And this is getting pretty ugly here. I don't know who that was in the red and blue sweater for the Phillies, but he had to be backed up for a second. Harper doesn't even have his batting helmet on. Williams is out there, too, on the field for the Giants. And now it looks like everybody's going to head on back towards their spots. Harrison now having a conversation with Chapman with his glove just at his mouth. I want to see that pitch. I mean, come on, man. He literally was trying to go after the helmet. I think that maybe it just knocked the batting or the bat just a little bit. It did. It technically hit the knob of the bat, so that's a foul ball. That is a foul ball, but that was coming right at Bryce Harper's head. And the previous pitch was not as close. It was still close, but that was really close. So it's a 2-2 count, not a 3-2 count. Bob Melvin is still out there as everybody else went back over towards the dugout, and the umpires are gathering together to talk about something. Huh. Harper didn't get hurt. It just hit the knob of the bat. But it was really high and nearly hit him. So everybody is back and settled for now, except for the umpires who were having a conversation. It's Rayburn out there along with John Lipka, who's the first base umpire. Then you have Rob Drake and James Hoy. And that was just, that looks like it was more intentional there. .71 total pitches for Harrison, and yet there still is no action right now. It is 4:50 p.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. Harrison's going to get a couple of warm-up pitches in. I wonder what him and Chapman were talking about. Here comes Rayburn. And Harper is going to be rewarded first base. Rayburn was pointing over to first. Harper's not even in the batting box. And Rob Thompson's going to go out there. Did Harper get tossed? Is that what happened? Rob Thompson's having a conversation with DJ Rayburn and John Lipka right now as we speak. Because he looks a little bit heated. Pat Burrell went woke. Is the batting coach for the San Francisco Giants. They're going to put the earpiece on? I don't understand. I'm turning up the volume now. The manager is going to challenge this. Yeah, okay, so Harper, I don't know what they're challenging. See again. It's a foul ball. It hit right off the knob of the bat. What's really there to challenge? And how can they actually challenge after there's a little brawl? That shouldn't really be legal. Okay, so the call's confirmed that it is a foul ball, and it's a 2-2 count. So initially what they did was they ruled Harper as hit by the pitch, and they just confirmed that it is a foul ball. So it is a 2-2 count to Harper. Let's readdress the situation here. It's 2-0 Phillies in the top of the fourth. 2 runners on in scoring position. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. And Harrison is going to call for time really quickly. Just unbelievable. We got 176 people tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe as well. The 2-2 to Harper, and he slices that one foul as it goes out of play. I promised I would get back to your comments. So, we'll get back into it in just a few moments. That was our first brawl that we've dealt with on here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. And the pitch is outside and low for a ball 3. Now a full count. There we go. Bohm waits in the on-deck circle. He's hitless today so far. The payoff pitch to Harper, and there's a grounder hit over to shortstop, played on the bounce, and the throw over to first was a little bit off the line, but the base is tagged by Flores. A high throw made over by Luciano over at shortstop, and the inning does come to an end. Well, that was a long inning. Phillies were able to get 2 hits in a row to start off the fourth, and they continue to struggle with runners in scoring position as Schwarber grounded into a fielder's choice. Sosa popped out over to center, and Harper grounds out to short to end the inning. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. How can you How is it fair to challenge right after a brawl? I mean, I guess when else can you challenge? But that was it was really weird. I didn't understand like how you could challenge a play even when everybody was out, went back into the dugout. There should be a rule, I believe, where even after a brawl, as soon as you're back into the dugout, you should get like 20, maybe an extra like 10 seconds to be able to challenge it. The whole thing is that after a play, you get 20 seconds to see if you want to challenge it or not. And I thought that it took them forever to decide that. All right, let's read some of your comments. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Who's this other guy for the Orioles on YouTube? Go check him out. Birds Watcher. I would say if Sanchez can keep the walks down, he would be someone I would trust in the playoffs. Yeah, he's good, man. I like him a lot. What did I want to? I wanted to see your comments. My thing with Casty also is what happened to the swing. He's using the 2022 swing again and hitting these inside-out things to right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. All right. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Up to bat is Jorge Soler. Then it's Heliot Ramos and Tyler Fitzgerald. So that's 6, 7, and 8 due up in the order. And the first pitch is fouled off. I went to a Phillies playoff game against the Braves and only sat with my 16-year-old cousin, and that was the game we scored a bunch of runs, and it was loud. The 0-1 pitch, and that looked like it was a little bit inside, but it's a called strike. Damien says, my brother won a contest at his job and won tickets to go into the St. Louis clubhouse, as the 0-2 was way outside for ball one. And he actually sat in the dugout and met the players on the field for batting practice and seats right behind the dugout. That's cool. The next pitch, swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Sanchez. And he gets Soler. Looked like it was on a slider. And he has struck out twice today against Christopher Sanchez. One gone, and here comes Ramos in the pitch, and there's a grounder hit over towards the shortstop area, gets out into left center field, and, well, it's going to be a base hit by Ramos, and I don't know why Edmundo Sosa slid, but he did not dive, and it got right on by him, out into left center field. He's not happy with himself there. It was hit sharply on the ground, but Sosa should have been able to make the diving stop there. Now Fitzgerald is up to bat, shows bunt at the first pitch, takes it back, and it's inside and low. Sam says, I had just torn my bicep, and my dad knew I wasn't doing well with how much I worked and depressed, losing muscle, so he got his tickets right behind home plate, and I got to see Ryan Howard walk it off. That's really cool, too. I like that. Keep the stories coming, man. The pitch, and that's bunted foul over towards the third base side. Fitzgerald batting .259. He has a homer and 4 runs knocked in. Christopher Sanchez with 59 total pitches, the lefty for the Phillies on the bump today, facing the Giants for the 3rd time in his career. The 1-1 delivery from Sanchez, and that is scooped foul right behind home plate. Another memory, 2 years ago, I went to a Braves and Phillies playoff game, and we got a Braves fan ejected. Cool. That's awesome. I'll get to Albert's comment in just a few moments. The 1-2 pitch, and there's a grounder hit over to third. This could be 2. The flip over the second. There's 1. The throw to first. Not in time. Fitzgerald beats it out. Fielder's choice. And Fitzgerald definitely did hustle there. It's Kurt Casale's turn to come on up. with 2 outs. Yep, he just beat it out, I believe. Shea Stadium, Phillies versus the Mets. My mom's boyfriend and her brother, my uncle Jim, was dying of kidney cancer to take him to his first Mets game. Albert, did he make it? I wanted to make sure I asked. I'm sorry if he didn't. That's terrible. Let's go fight and get back to the basics. The pitch, and that's taken for, it was in there for a strike, but it's a called ball. Rayburn really has not had a good day behind the plate today. Of course, man. 2 C's. What's going on, bro? Thanks so much for coming on. The 1-0 pitch, and that's fouled back over towards the screen. One ball, 1 strike to Kurt Casale, the backup catcher for the Giants, and the pitch is wide for a ball. Casale flied out in the 3rd. His average is at .278. Played for the Cincinnati Reds. He's now 35 years old from Walnut Creek, California. Started his career with the Rays back in 2014. And the 2-1 fly ball drifting out over towards right field. Casti backs up, and he'll be there to make the grab for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Just a 1-out single by Ramos, and that's it. We've played 4 so far, and finally head to the top of the 5th inning. Phillies lead it 2-0 against the Giants. 71 pitches is a lot. It's on pace. Oh, in 4 innings? Yeah, I guess you're right. What's up, G Newts? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for stopping by. Hit the thumbs up button, man. How many likes do we have on here? Let's get to 159. We got 159 people watching, so that's awesome. Not a fan of Harper not running that out. That was an easy hit, if so. I don't remember what we're talking about. Oh, Harper beating that. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to beat it, though. But I understand. Great pitch. Yes, I'm so behind. Yeah, they showed Roy Halladay's perfect game. They did. They showed that. Albert says, lasted about a year after it. We snuck in Planters peanuts from our hometown where Planters Peanuts was founded, giving the security guard a small bag of them and a can of Pepsi. Had an overnight bag with the goodies and supplies in case he needed a hospital there. That is wild. For those of you that don't know, I've been really open about this because obviously he was a family member of mine, but I had an older brother who had really severe special needs. He had a rare disorder. It was called familial dysautonomia. Okay, it was short for FD, or that's the abbreviation. He did pass away in 2020, in September. It was on the first day of my final semester of school. But he was an incredible person, and he's made me into the person that I am today. He's one of those people, and so I always have a lot of respect for people that have dealt with special needs and people that have been dealt with different health conditions because I know what that's like. The 1-0 pitch to Alec Bowman, that's high for ball 2. Had a lot of medical equipment that we always had to take with us, even on trips. 2-0, and that swung on and missed for a strike. But he loved baseball. Big fan of the Philly Fanatic. His favorite movie was Angels in the Outfield, baseball movie. And yeah. 2-1 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. 2-2 on the way, and check swing, did he go? Alec Bohm did not, says first base umpire John Lipka. The count is full to Bohm. He's hitless in 2 at-bats. Tell you a funny story. I tell it every once in a while. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch, and that sliced foul. So he needed a lot of care, my brother. Okay, he needed a lot of care, and he had nurses that would come on over to the house. And they were sort of like the good ones that stayed with us were like extra parents, and they were really nice people. 3-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to left field, and that's going back over towards the track. Hits off the top of the wall, and Bohm is going to try to go over to second base, and he slides in there safely and gets himself a leadoff double in the top of the 5th inning. Wow. So good job by Bohm as he got a fastball right down the middle. He barreled it up and hustled over to second base, hit off the top of the National Car Rental sign, and he gets on with a double. And now Castellanos is due up to bat. So Nick comes up. He is singled and doubled today. It's 2 for 2, and the next pitch is outside for a ball. Anyhow, long story short, when I was really young, I went to the movies with my family, and I really loved Cocoa Puffs. Okay, and one of the nurses packed the Cocoa Puffs for me, the quote-unquote Cocoa Puffs, and we were supposed to go to the movies. The one I was swung on and missed. And anyhow, we get to the theater. I'm really hungry. I want the Cocoa Puffs. I'm like 8 years old. Okay? My mom couldn't pack me the lunch, whatever. I was hungry. I wanted them so badly. My mom gives them to me. As the 1-1 is hit out over to left field, it's going back over towards the track by Castellanos. And leaping up to try to make the catch was Ramos, and he lost it, and Castellanos gets a home run. So Castellanos comes through and gets himself a 2-run homer, and it's 4-0 Phillies. Well, that's one way to do it. That was a towering fly ball hit out over to left field. Yeah, he didn't lose it. It hit off the tip of his glove. That was Ramos. And he just tried to snow cone it. Could not get it, though. And it went over the wall. And Bryson Stott's up to bat and takes a strike. So long story short, it wasn't Cocoa Puffs. It was dog food. It was dog food. That was packed to me, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. And she packed me dog food and not Cocoa Puffs. His nurses were funny, but that was really wild. The 1-1, and that's taken low for ball 2. Sometimes you never know if it's going to be good timing for a story or not, but that was just bad timing. 2-1, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. So Castellanos just hit a 2-run homer. Not going to lie, that should have been caught, says Jackie. Well, how about you try to go catch a fly ball out in left field and try to rob somebody on a home run? That's not so easy. The pitch, and that swung on and missed, and Bryson Stott strikes out. So, yes, I was going to the theater. The nurse literally packed me Cocoa Puffs. It was supposed to be Cocoa Puffs. And she packed me dog food. I wanted my Cocoa Puffs, and I was not happy. The pitch, and that's fouled off. Kind of dog was I? I don't know. I don't know my own breed. The 0-1, and that swung on and missed. Sorry, you ain't doing that, Jackie. Yeah, I think it's really hard to rob somebody on a home run. No balls, 2 strikes to Merrifield, and the pitch is up high for a ball and also outside. Classic JJ story. 1-2. That's going to be flat out over towards right field, and it goes out of play and into the seats. What kind of dog did I have at the time? That's another story. I won't get into it. But she, long story short, she was a mixture of a beagle, a collie, and a Cocker Spaniel. The 1-2 pitch, and that is fouled off over towards the right field side. So, yeah, isn't that funny? She was supposed to pack me Cocoa Puffs, one of Mitchell's nurses, and it was dog food. And she didn't even realize it. And she got mixed up with it. The next pitch, and that's at way outside for ball 2. My dad, being my dad, is like, what's going on? Like, why are you guys talking? Like, Jason, you should be eating that. And he doesn't know. And finally, they shine the flashlight and are interrupting the movie, whatever. And then my dad starts laughing, and that's why. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the top of the 5th, and the next pitch to Merrifield, and he hits this one out over towards deep left center field. It's going back over towards the track, and it hits off the top of the wall again. Fitzgerald throws it over to second, and Whit Merrifield comes through with an extra base hit with 1 out in the 5th inning. A 1-out double. Charge. See again where it hit. It hit off the top of the Bank of America sign out in left center. What's up, Fisherman Sam? How you doing, bro? Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate that. That is pretty funny. Luke Jackson's getting warmed up in the Giants bullpen. Former Atlanta Braves pitcher. I thought you were going to say, see, you can't hate on Mayberry. But then I realized you said Maryberry. I was thinking of John Mayberry Jr., former Phillies player. Comes Stubbs to the plate. He's hit the ball sharply twice. And, well, Witt's going to be in a rundown here. And Harrison is going to try to throw it back over to second. Let's see if Witt can escape here. Did he run out of the baseline? I think he did. And there's another base running mistake by the Phillies as Whit Merrifield, who was over at second base, just got caught into a rundown. And Harrison able to get him out. Let's see again. Yep. Stubbs was at the plate. Merrifield was going to go, and Harrison didn't even release the ball. And the catcher, Kirk Casale, was like he's stealing second. Or he's stealing third. And he was tagged out by Estrada. The pitch, and that's going to be fought off over the third baseman's head. Shortstop gets over to it, and Garrett Stubbs gets an infield single. So a 2-out single by Garrett Stubbs, and, well, he's 2 for 3 today. It's on with an opposite field single. It was hit over Chapman's head, and Luciano got over to it. It almost went into left field, but didn't even make a good throw over to first. And Christian Pache is up to bat, and the pitch is up high and inside for ball 1. Dodgers lead 2-0 out in New York against the Mets. Pache is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and an RBI. 4-0 Phillies lead, and the 1-0 is in there for a strike. Everybody except the top 3 hitters for the Phillies today have gotten a hit. And the top of the order, the 1 through 3 hitters combined are 1 for 8. And the pitch, and that's swung on and fouled. The Giants, top of the order, is 0 for 3. Well, they're really 2 for 6, I should say, because Wisely came in to play over at shortstop for Luciano. The pitch, and that swung on and missed, and the inning does come to an end. But the Phillies get a 2-run homer by Castellanos. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Phillies lead. I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. All right, 2653 subscribers. We have 154 people tuning in, only 89 likes. I really want us to get to the 200 mark today. So please tell your friends, tell your family about this channel. It would really, really mean a lot to me. I would appreciate that. I'm trying to grow the community, man. The pitch, and that's in there for a strike. You know, we have a really, really awesome fan base on here. We have a really, really good family. I like our culture that we have set in place. And the 0-1 is fouled off over towards the third base side. You know, Luis Matos up to bat. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out and he lined out. His average is at 250. He has 2 homers and 20 RBI on the season. Ended up getting the walk-off sac fly last night in the 0-2 from Sanchez. Strike 3 called at the inside corner, right at the chest area. And there's one gone. Just above the knees. And a great frame, too. Luciano's coming up to bat. Blake Wisely. Brett Wisely, who just pinched hit for Luciano. 6 strikeouts for Sanchez, 4 flyouts, and 3 groundouts in the 0-1, and that's in there for strike 2. Just found you the other day, JJ. Love your perspective. Well done. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate it. The 0-2 pitch is grounded foul towards the first base area. Strike up those likes. There we go. I like that. Wisely singled in the third. And the 0-2 on the way, and that barely missed. That was a beautiful changeup. Sort of looked like a Cole Hamels type of a pitch. That was just low by the length of a baseball. The 1-2, and that's fought off, hit over towards the first base side. Stop, barehands it, throws over to first, and Wisely's out. 2 up, 2 down. That pitch jammed Wisely. It was a good pitch thrown by Sanchez, and Stott able to barehand it and just toss it over to first base with a sidearm throw for the second out of the inning. Here comes Tyro Estrada. The pitch in there for strike 1 at the knees on the inside corner. The pitch, and that's fouled off. Sanchez, over his last 5 games, is 1-0 with 21 strikeouts in 30 innings. Just 11 earned runs in 5 of those games. The 0-2 pitch, and that's fouled away again by Estrada. The Giants will be hosting the Yankees this weekend from Friday to Sunday. Should be a great series. The 0-2 is low for a ball. 77 total pitches by Sanchez. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. 1-2. Giants have somebody warming up in the pen. And the next pitch is just spoiled foul. Then after they play against the Yankees, they head out to Arizona, to the desert, to play against the Diamondbacks for 3 games. And then they face off against the world champions out in Arlington next weekend from Friday to Sunday. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Christopher Sanchez has been sensational in 5 innings. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Phillies have a 4-0 lead. And they'll be back. Rack 'em up, Sanchez. Let's go. Phillies, on the other hand, will host the St. Louis Cardinals this weekend. And then, after that happens, they play host to the Milwaukee Brewers from Monday to Wednesday. And then they play against the Mets out in London on Saturday and Sunday. Have an off day Monday. So, yeah, they're off Thursday and Friday of next week. Then they go out to London. Then they're off Monday again. And then once they come back home, they will be out in Boston for 3 games. And then they play against the Orioles from the 14th to the 16th. All right, let's get to 2,700 subscribers. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Just hit that super chat button down below. I'm on here for almost every single Phillies game and almost every single Sixers game. So I would really appreciate that. Who do you think will win tonight? The O's or the Red Sox? I don't know. What time do they play? 6:35. Was it Corbin Burns going up against Cutter Crawford? Cutter's had a really good year. That should be a really good matchup, man. I'm going to go with Baltimore. But it really would not surprise me if the Red Sox win. Matt Vierling just hit a home run off of Paul Skeens from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Another former Philly going at it. Here comes Luke Jackson, the former Brave, in a Giants uniform over the last couple of seasons. He'll be facing Kyle Schwarber here, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Kyle's had a very good day today. He had a homer, and he walked. Did ground into a fielder's choice, but he stole a base. And the 0-1 swing and a miss. Harrison's day is done. Just lasted 5 innings for the Giants. And allowed 4 earned runs, 12 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. The 0-2, that misses low for a ball. Jackson takes the hill for San Francisco. One ball, 2 strikes. 32-year-old on the mound, and the next pitch is spoiled foul. His earned run average, well, it's 5.40. His whip is at 1.65. Pitched a good inning against the Mets on Saturday. The 1-2, and Schwarber goes and swings and misses at that. That was a foot above the strike zone. And Schwarber didn't even check his swing, and Jackson gets him out that way. That was not good. How about Edmundo Sosa with an OPS of 1.0, and that's with 80 or more at-bats, and that's amongst almost all shortstops. That's really awesome. He's right in front of Mookie Betts, who has a .966 on-base plus slugging percentage, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr., and the other Philly, Trey Turner. Jason, thank you so much for the donation, baby. The 1-1 swing and a miss. If you guys want to donate, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Hit that super chat button. It's right next to the chat. It has a money sign next to it. That's all you got to do. Any donation is a plus. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Jackson records his second strikeout of the inning. Bryce Harper, it's his turn to come on up. And the pitch, and that's fouled away. Well, we talked about before how on this day the Phillies had Roy Halladay throw his perfect game against the Florida Marlins. The ball's one strike, and the next pitch is in there for a strike. It's back in 2010. The 0-2 is a breaking ball that misses low and outside. But also today, a couple other really cool things happened for the Phillies. Dick Allen hit a 510-foot home run over a sign and the roof of Connie Mack Stadium. And they beat the Cubs by a score of 4-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, and Harper strikes out. And that's going to end the inning as Luke Jackson comes in, strikes out the side, and gets a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Phillies up 4-0 out in the Bay. The other really cool thing that happened was Michael Jack Schmidt announced his retirement and had a farewell speech. That year, that was back in 1989, so it was on May 29th of 1989. He hit 203 that year, and that was his lowest average since his rookie year. 510 feet. It's pretty unbelievable. Phillies players born on this date: Dave Fultz was born in 1875. Hal Elliott, Vance Dings. Who else? Charlie Hayes was born on this day. Born in 1965. Charlie Hayes. How about that? JJ anime coverage. What's this? Charlie Hayes, former professional baseball third baseman and former coach for the FCL Phillies. He's also a former Giant, too. Former Yankee, former Rocky, Pirate member, and a Brewer and Astro. Played from 1988 to 2001 and was a member of the 1996 World Series Championship team. Sanchez has been wheeling and dealing so far, and he's back out there for his sixth frame, and he throws a strike on the inside corner to make the count 0-1. The next pitch, and that's wide for ball one. And Jason, thanks again so much for the $2 donation. The 1-1 delivery, and that is tailed out over towards left field, and thank goodness it is a foul ball. The Giants fan just got over to it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Sanchez. And that's taken low. Two balls, two strikes. And we're in the bottom of the sixth. The leg kick and the pitch from Sanchez. Swing and a foul ball. Just stayed alive. The Phillies, by the way, have scored 293 runs on the season and have allowed 205. And the next pitch is fouled off. The 293 runs scored still leads all of baseball. And the team that's in second right behind them are the Cleveland Guardians, who have 282 runs scored. Two balls, two strikes. And the next pitch, and that's inside and low for a ball to make the count full. The Giants have scored a total of 246 runs. They've allowed 260, so their run differential is at minus 14. 3-2 on the way. Line drive out over towards right field, and that's caught by Nick Castellanos. There's the first out of the bottom of the sixth. Christopher Sanchez now at 87 pitches. The Phillies plus run differentials at plus 88. The Yankees run differentials at plus 91. And the Dodgers are at plus 75. And the pitch, and that's taken low for a ball. Jamie, thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And that one also goes to Jason, too. I forgot to play the money cha-ching for him. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $5 donation. Flores up to bat. The count is 1-1. He's 1 for 2 today. And the pitch by Sanchez, and that's spoiled foul just behind home plate. Homer's average now at 215. The Giants' record against 500 teams are 8-14, with teams over 500, I should say. 1-2 pitch is fouled off. Sanchez kicks, delivers, and that's taken in the dirt for a ball. The Giants are currently tied with the Padres. They're 5.5 games behind the Dodgers, who are 35-22, and the Phillies are 38-18. Breaking ball in the 2-2 on the way. Grounder hit over to third. Bohm throws it over to first from foul territory, and it's in time to get Flores. 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth inning, and Sanchez tips the cap to Alec Bohm on a nice defensive play. Nice. That was a beautiful throw, too. Not so easy. He sort of backhanded it. Threw it across the diamond over to first base. Made a good throw there. There you go, kid. Jorge Soler is going to foul that pitch off. Goes out and towards the second deck. Or towards the first base side. He has struck out twice today against Sanchez. And the 0-1 is in there for strike 2. Been really struggling at the plate for the Giants, Jorge Soler. That's why he's batting a little bit more down in the order in the 6th spot. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a grounder, backhanded by Sosa. The flip over to first base, and it's dug out by Harper. Sosa went right into the hole, was able to backhand it and throw it from the outfield grass. And Harper with the dig ends the inning as we head to the 7th inning. 4-0 Phillies lead. That was awesome. That was great. All right, top of the 7th, man. Walker takes notes. That's how you pitch a start. Yeah. That was awesome. Must be cloudy today, says Larry. You're funny, man. Nice quality start from Sanchez. How about the defense to help him out, though? Yeah, he's been great, but it helps when you get good defense, too. Can't have that go underrated or under the radar. Let's take a look at the scores really quickly around Major League Baseball. Pirates lead 7-2 against Matt Vierling and the Detroit Tigers. We mentioned that Matt Vierling homered off of Paul Skeens. Yeah, that game's in the top of the 7th. Phillies lead 4-0 as they head to the top of the 7th. And then the Dodgers have a 3-2 lead against the Mets. It's in the bottom of the 5th there. The Marlins lead 3-1 against the Padres. And, well, Kolek's on the bump. Sanchez is at the plate. Actually just got a double. And then, what else? Do we have final scores? We have 3 final scores. The Tigers did beat the Pirates earlier today in Game 1 of the doubleheader. They won 8-0. Screwball got his 7th win of the season. And the Cardinals ended up winning 5-3 against the Reds out in Cincinnati. Palante got the win, Montas got the loss, and Helsley got his 18th save. And the Rangers and the Diamondbacks, former 2023 World Series rematch, Rangers got the better end of it and won 6-1. The pitch to Bohm. Grounder hit over towards the middle. It's fielded on a couple of bounces, and the throw over to first is in time by Wisely. What's up? What are we doing? What question? 1 out in the top of the 7th, and Castellanos comes up to bat. And the pitch is in there for a strike. It was a slider at the knees. What's up? The dude. How you doing, man? Where have you been these last couple of days, bro? The 0-1 swinging a miss. So, Nick Castellanos is on cycle watch. Because he homered, singled, and doubled. You can get a triple here. It is a triple type of a ballpark. The 0-2 on the way to Castilla, and that's a breaking ball that misses low and outside. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Castilla is a breaking ball that misses low for a ball. He's never had the cycle before. 2-2 on the way. There's a grounder hit over to shortstop. That's not going to help. And Wisely throws it over to first. And Castellanos, for the first time tonight, is going to head back to the dugout. Maybe he has one more chance. But the triple, of course, is the hardest one to get. How many likes do we have, mods? How many likes? We got 163 people on here watching. Our goal is to get to 200. The goal is to get to 200. 112 likes. Good stuff. 50 of you have got to sprint or smash that thumbs up button. And by the way, we're almost at 2,700 subscribers. There's Gregory Soto warming up in the bullpen. Jackson still on the bump. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Starts up to bat with the red batting gloves, and the 0-1 is popped up. Hit out over towards shallow left field. And there to just make the catch is Ramos. And the inning comes to an end. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. Jackson comes in for the 6th and the 7th. He retires the side, or strikes out the side in the 6th, and retires the side here in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. He's not playing today. Can I take a message? Marsh is not playing today. He didn't get the start today. 113, good stuff. All right, I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question. And if you get it correct, you'll hear that. If you get it wrong, You'll hear that. In case you are new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph. We go live for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. We try to do as many games as we can. Appreciate you all so much for being here. Let's see. Let's do this one. All right, A.J. Burnett was drafted by which team in the 8th round of the 1995 MLB draft? We'll get that question out of the way. Which team was A.J. Burnett drafted by in the 1995 draft? And Hardcore, thanks for answering that. I appreciate that. Hardcore, you should be a mod, man. How have I not made you a mod, dude? That's like totally disrespectful of me. I'm going to change that right now. The Cardinals, that is incorrect. The Marlins, let's see. Was he drafted by the Marlins? No. The Pirates. Nope. No. Gregory Soto is on the mound for the Phillies, and the pitch is fouled off. Any more guesses? The Giants? Nope. A.J. Burnett. Which team drafted him? The Mets. Good job. Good job. Damien got it. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch is fouled off. Good job, man. Nice job, Kevin. Nice job, Damien. Wow. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is inside and high for ball 2. Mike, why do I have a feeling that you just typed it just to copy? Just to copy Damien. I don't know why I have the feeling that you did that. 2-2 is outside for ball 3. I don't know. It just like wouldn't surprise me if you did that. I can't always trust you. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch is outside and high for ball 4. And a leadoff walk issued by Gregory Soto. The Mets is correct. Yes. All right, what's Jackie going to say about Gregory Soto now? And for my next trick, let's watch this 4-run lead disappear. Negadelphia at its best. Love it. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong. The pitch. And it swung on and missed. They tried to check the swing to see if he went. And he did. It was the Mets. Yes. Where's Mike? The 0-1. And that's going to be lined over towards second base, and the throw over to first is in time. It was actually played on a bounce by Bryson Stott. He flipped it over to shortstop to get 1, and the throw back to first was made for a double play. No spoilers in chat if you can. Hold it. Yep. You're good, though. 4-6-3 double play. Don't forget Mod Squad. No spoilers. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Soto on the hill, and the pitch is in there for... It should have been called a strike, but it's not called a strike. The 1-0 delivery. And that's outside for ball 2. Soto was traded to the Phillies along with Cody Clemens. That was a couple of years ago during the offseason, and Stubbs wants to have a conversation here. Courtesy of Corey Seidman. Okay, here we go. Christopher Sanchez, quote, in his 29 starts since the call-up last June, he's gone 155 and a third of an inning. And he has a 2.83 ERA with a 1.13 whip. And this is production that you would probably see from a number 2 type of a starter. And he's a 4. The pitch, and that's flied out over towards center field. And there to make the catch is Pache for out number 3. All right. Well, good job by Soto to get out of the inning. And we head now to the top of the 8th. See, Jackie, that's what we're spoiled with. We're spoiled, and you don't realize it. We are so spoiled with dominant pitching right now. The fact that Christopher Sanchez is our 4 is unbelievable. He would be a 1 on a lot of other teams like the Marlins. We take that for granted. We really do. And I think that that's everybody here. You know? He would be a 1 on a lot of other teams right now. And Walker, as weird as it sounds, would be a 3. Whether you like it or not. Good job, Soto. I agree. I just got here, JJ. But, JJ, can you tell me why on earth Walker is pitching in London? Bro, why all this hate? Well, you're spoiled, I agree, but why does Walker continue to pitch? Okay, well, let me ask you something here. Okay? My rebuttal to that is, why does Jared Jones continue to pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates if he has a 3.55 ERA and he gave up 3 earned runs over his last 3 outings? Why does he continue to pitch? Because the Pirates don't have any other options, and he would be, maybe he might be an upgrade from Taijuan Walker, but it's not like it's blatantly obvious. Walker, I want a striker. So much better than Walker. I agree. I get it. Randy Rodriguez is going to be pitching for the Giants. We're in the top of the 8th inning, and the pitch is way inside for a ball. The Phillies have options. They have Turnbull. Okay. Well, the 1-0 is inside for ball 2. It's a 99-mile-per-hour fastball. He's had 2 bad outings, man. And now you're just going to demote him just because of that? This is a good situation for the Phillies to be in. And after 2 outings, you're just going to say bye to Taijuan Walker? That's it? 2 outings. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch to Merrifield is taken low. Check swing, and they did not go. I wish we had Painter. Put Walker in the outfield. Okay. Y'all are funny. 3-1 pitch, and that's up high for ball 4. Sanchez is going to finish the month now with a 2.03 ERA. It's been 4 bad outings. Having a 3-1 record doesn't mean, okay, I'm not going to argue over this. I'm just not. Garrett Stubbs is up to the plate. It's only been 2. The outings before that, he didn't pitch bad. He started off the game bad, and then he settled down. You're taking that, I hate to say this, as a number 5. You're taking that from a 5. You're taking that from a 5, dude. If you're the Angels, if you're any other team, you're taking that. The 1-0 is way outside for ball 2. The only teams that don't need him are the Astros, the Dodgers, and the Yankees, and the Orioles. But other than that, that's pretty solid. The 2-0 is outside for ball 3. Sir Anthony Dominguez warming up now in the Phillies bullpen. You're taking that. We're spoiled because we have 4 starters that could be an ace on any team. The pitch, and that's low for ball 4, and Stubbs gets on with a walk. Why does the best record in baseball, I don't know what that means. Why does the best record in baseball take that from a 5, though, who says they want to contend and win? All right, you know what we'll do? We'll make a video, and we'll see who was a number 5 pitcher for every single World Series team. Okay? We'll do that. We'll make a video out of that. All right, so we have 2 runners on in the top of the 8th inning. That's what we'll do. We'll make a video about that, and we'll look at the last 23 World Series teams that won the World Series and see who their 5s were. It was a tough spot. Exactly. He's not going to be a starter in the playoffs. He's an innings eater. That's his job. Christian Pache is up to bat in the pitch, and that's a breaking ball that's taken outside. Yeah, let's try to be cool. Keep it cool in the comments. Pache is 2 for 3. We have 2 runners on base for the Phillies. We're in the top of the 8th. It's 4-0 Philadelphia against the Giants. Giants have not scored a run in regulation in over 17 innings. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So that excludes the ghost runner, I said, in regulation. The 1-1 swing and a miss. I agree with you, Damian. I agree. And Turnbull was pitching great. He was. He was pitching really, really well. How long was that going to last? I don't know. But that's the position that you want to be in if you're an organization, when you have 2 guys that can eat up innings to just go out there. I still think that they should have went to a 6-man rotation. But they didn't want to do it because Zach Wheeler felt uncomfortable with it, and I understood. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez gets set, and the pitch is way inside for ball 3. He did pitch earlier in the series, Rodriguez. That was on Monday night. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and that swung on and missed. And Pache strikes out on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. My guy's ERA in his first 3 outings was at a 3. He'll have 3 earned runs or fewer in his first 4 outings. And he gives up 5 earned runs in his last outing. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Kyle had a home run out to left field. The ball's 1 strike as the first pitch was in there for a strike, and the second pitch is taken low for a ball. They tried to appeal over at third base, and they said that he did not go. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, guys, and hit the thumbs up button. The 1-1 line drive hit out to center field for a base hit. 1 run's going to come on in to score, and the Phillies take a 5-0 lead on an RBI base hit by Kyle Schwarber. Nice swing. See where this pitch was. Right out over the middle of the plate. Rodriguez threw it right down Broadway, and Schwarber was able to just muster it out to center field. There you go. RBI single by Schwarber, and the Phillies lead it 5-0. Runners now over at first and second. And Sosa due up to bat. The pitch. Check swing. He went around. And Sosa, well, his hitting streak is now in jeopardy. That is pretty scary. The ball's 1 strike. And the pitch to Sosa. Grounder hit over towards the hole. Backhand stopped by the shortstop to flip the second. There's 1, and they're just going to get Schwarber out. And, well, that'll put runners at the corners. A fielder's choice ground out, and now Bryce Harper's coming up to bat. We got 206 people tuning in. Come on, we need 200 likes. 200. I want us to get to that 200 mark, baby. Somebody literally posted. Somebody posted on my YouTube short that the Sixers should just trade Joel Embiid. That's wild. Harper's up to bat and the pitch, and he slices this one out to left center field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Stubbs will score, and stopping at second base is Sosa. He'll actually go on over to third, and the Phillies lead it 6-0 in the top of the 8th. Harper is able to go the opposite way, kept his head down, locked, loaded, and was able to just barrel it up out to left field. There we go. RBI single for Bryce, and here comes Bohm, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Harper stays put over at first base. Trade Taiwan Walker for Embiid. The 1-0 pitch, and that's taken way outside for ball 2. I don't understand that irrationality. I really don't. Randy Rodriguez, the 24-year-old who pitched against the Phillies in the first game on Monday and pitched 2 scoreless innings, has allowed 2 runs so far in the 8th. And the count is now 3-0 to Bohm. The last time he allowed a run was on Tuesday, May 14th. And the 3-0 pitch, and that misses inside, and, well, that's going to load the bases. Harper heads on over to second. Bohm is at first, and Sosa stays put 90 feet away from scoring. And Nick Castellanos is coming up to bat. He has singled, doubled, and homered today. And he needs the hardest hit, the hardest outcome of a hit to get the cycle and the pitch, and that swung on and missed. Rodriguez's ERA coming into today was at a 1.76. And the next pitch is fouled off. Well, unfortunately, on the day that Scott Fransky's dad passed away, Castellanos hit a home run. And prayers at the Scott Fransky and his family. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Castellanos strikes out on a 99-mile-per-hour heater. And the inning does come to an end. The Phillies add on 2 more runs, though, on RBI singles by Schwarber and Harper. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. So, yeah, Scott Fransky, his father passed away. In case you are just tuning in, I said it earlier, but yes. Where was this last night? I don't know. But obviously prayers to Scott and his family. Casty did it for Scott. Yes, he did. And Murphy, I'll have to listen to the tribute because I'm sure it was really nice. Condolences. Yep. How do you guys feel about Scott Fransky's broadcasting style? Do you guys like Scott Fransky on the radio? For those of you that have listened to him, Because I really do. I really like him. But I know that Scott Graham was there before Harry Kalas, and that Harry's there, and nobody is ever going to replace Harry, obviously. But where do we stand on Scott Franzke? Because I think he does a really good job. Franzke's great. I listen only to you, says the dude. That's why I said for those of you that also have listened to Scott Franzke, but I appreciate that. I know that was a compliment. Thank you, man. That puts a smile on my face. Good, but not JJ. Don't make me blush. Another $5 donation from Jason. Thank you so much, man. You're the man, bro. Harper needed that. He absolutely did need that, for sure. Don't forget, if you guys want to donate, hit the thumbs up button. Or, yeah, hit the super chat button, I should say. Larry says he's no JJ. Well, I don't want anybody to be me. Luis Matos is going to be up to bat. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. He's grounded out, lined out, and struck out in the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be popped up, hit out over towards shallow left field. On the run is Merrifield, and he's there to make the catch just at the alleyway. We had to run over towards his left side, and Sir Anthony Dominguez gets the first out. Harry was and will always be, or will always have been, the voice of the Phillies. Absolutely. I agree. I agree with that. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Wisely is up to bat. And the pitch is in there for a strike at the knees at 99 miles per hour. Wisely singled in the 3rd. Has 1 hit and 2 at-bats so far today. The next pitch is wide for a ball. Franzke needs to call the games on TV. The pitch, and that swung on a miss. And actually, to be honest with you, I know that you said that McCarthy stinks. I know you said that he sucks. I disagree with that. I think that T-Mac does a pretty good job. I like his voice. I do like his style. But that's just me. And we can disagree. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that just misses. Honestly, it should have been called a strike. But Rayburn doesn't allow that to happen. 2-2 pitch. That's skied out over towards dead center field. And Pache is there to make the grab for out number 2. And here comes Casali. Harrison awakened the beast. We all do. I like when Kruk's in the box with Schmidt. Yeah, in the booth. I know what you meant to say. The pitch by Sir Anthony is taken low. And now Tyler Rogers is warming up in the Giants bullpen. He pitched in yesterday's game. Estrada up at the plate, and the 1-0 pitch is taken downstairs and wide. Tyro grounded out to short in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, and struck out in the 5th. The 2-0 pitch, and it looked a little low, but that's called a strike 2. I agree. The pitch, and that's also a strike as well. Even a little bit lower than the previous pitch, but Estrada does not agree with Rayburn. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the next pitch, grounded over to shortstop, backhanded by Sosa. And the throw across the diamond will get Estrada out. And Sir Anthony Dominguez comes in, retires the side, gets a 1-2-3 inning. And the Phillies, they go to the top of the 9th with a 6-0 lead against the Giants. Damien says, I don't think anybody sucks. He does his best on TV. I like McCarthy, man. I really do. I think that T-Mac does a nice job. I like how he lets John Kruk be John Kruk. You know what I mean? And he does a really good job, in my opinion, with the color commentators. When you're on TV, man, it is a different style than just doing it on radio, okay? This is more like a radio call because on a TV call, people don't realize this if you're just a natural fan. But what's behind the curtain is a lot of people working on the production crew. Okay, Vince Scully put it, and I'm using his words. I love Vince Scully. But when you're on TV, when you are on the radio, when he was on the radio, right, he brings his paints. He brings his brushes, right? He brings all his different colors, his blues, his violets, all his colors that he has, right? And his job is just to paint the picture for the audience. On TV, it's a director's medium. So you're talking, but the picture is already painted. So you're on a different medium, and you have to listen as you talk. You have people talking in your ears telling you, oh, well, now we're about ready to go to a break. So you don't really have control of the steering wheel like you would in radio. And I think that with those circumstances, I think that Tom does a really good job, you know? And that's me just being sort of a geek, I guess. But on the closeouts, I think he does a good job. I think that he understands when they're going to go to different shots and how to describe those things and how to get ready. You know, that's a skill. It really is. The pitch to Stott, and that's taken low, but it's a called strike. Tyler Rogers on the hill for San Francisco. We've got favorites, but anyone who gets to do it at the major league level is pretty good. Yeah. I'd pretty much agree with that. Yeah. Rogers in 27 games is an 0-1 record. His ERA has been pretty good, though, too. What's up, Beans? How you doing? The 0-1 is fouled off. Tyler's ERA is at 3.12, and Stott just gets a piece of that, and his helmet came off. It actually covered his face. And he was like, whoop, I can't see, and he had to take off the cap. He was like, oh, that's better. The 0-2 on the way, and that's way outside for a ball. This is cool also. Schmidt has always been my favorite Philly. Then it was Harry. Yep. I agree. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bryson Stott, and the next pitch is taken downstairs for a ball. John Kruk is the best. Anybody remember when he hit the big hit when the Phillies were down, I believe, 7 in the 9th inning against the Dodgers and scored 8 and 1, and Kruk had the game-winning hit? 2-2 on the way. Line drive caught over at third by Matt Chapman on a line. And there's 1 out in the 9th. If I had to rank the best announcers ever, I'd go Bob Uecker, Harry Kalas, and then Vince Scully. Okay. It's a good list. The pitch, and that's swung on and missed. I'd say Harry Carey should be up there. I liked Harry Carey. I didn't get to listen to him live, but I've studied some of his work. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is right down Broadway for strike 2 to Whit Merrifield. Spencer Turnbull is going to pitch the bottom of the 9th. He's out there warming up in the Phillies bullpen, getting loosened up. And the 0-2, check swing, did he go? And Lipka says no, he did not. Looks like the first base umpire said no. But Witt did go, and he's called out. Now it's Garrett Stubbs that's coming up to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. The pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So, yeah, they said that he did go. The pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, so it's an 0-1 count. Stubbs calls for time here. He wants to get readjusted. And the pitch is spoiled foul over towards the left field side. John Miller is also really good for the Giants. I've been a big fan of John Miller. And the 0-2 is inside and high for a ball. And the guy that does the Blue Jays, he was the Sunday Night Baseball announcer. I can't remember his name right now. It's bothering me. I don't know why, but I like him too. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Garrett Stubbs, and the pitch popped up and skied over towards third base. And Chapman is there to get under it and make the grab. And that will be the end of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th, and the Phillies are looking to break a 9-game losing streak out at Oracle Park, and they're 3 outs away from doing so. Okay. When the Phillies beat the Rays, you could hear the disappointment in whose voice? Oh, Joe Buck? Yeah. JJ, you feeling under the weather? Nah, I'm not feeling under the weather. But, I don't know. I'm just a little bit more quiet today, you know? Radio broadcast doesn't have commercials. How many commercial breaks are there without an inning change or pitching change? That's true. Jack Buck should be on there, too. I agree with that. I like Jack Buck. What's up? What's up, bro? How you doing, man? I can't wait to tune into your call in just a little bit. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. I really, really do. Yep. If the moon was made of barbecue spare ribs, would you eat it? I know I would, and I'd wash it down with an ice-cold Budweiser. Huh. I like that. That's cool stuff. What's up, Damon? Thanks so much for coming on here, man. I appreciate that. The Phillies should give you a call sometime if Franzke should take a few days off. You're an excellent play-by-play guy. Thank you, man. You know, the one thing I like that Scott does is I remember when Jim Gardner was there. Jim Gardner, of course, a former anchor and a legendary news anchor for Philadelphia. Great guy. When he was on the broadcast and came in as a guest, Scott actually had him do like an inning of play-by-play. And I think he went to go grab a hot dog or something. And he does that some of the time. And I think that that's really, really nice because there's not really a lot of broadcasters that do that. And maybe if I get to do that, I want to sort of do the same thing, give other people a chance. You know? Here comes Spencer Turnbull. He'll pitch the bottom of the 9th inning. In 11 games, his ERA is at a 2.68. And he's gone 40 innings. Has 42 strikeouts and 12 walks allowed. Make sure that you guys spread the word, man. Tell them about this channel. Tell them about us. And tell your friends. You know? The pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Always looking to grow the community and get the word out there. Not just on social media, but through word of mouth, too. That would be an ultimate compliment to me. The 0-1 grounder hit back up over towards the middle. Stott fields it and throws over to first. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Now it's Matt Chapman who's coming up. So Estrada's the one that grounded out. Bob Uecker. Yeah. Love Bob. And the pitch to Flores. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left center field on the run. Is Pache. He's not going to be able to get over to it. It bounces and it goes over the 399 sign. And it's a ground rule double by Chapman. With one out in the bottom of the ninth. Or Flores, I should say. They're really safe. Forgot Chapman grounded out to second. So Flores is able to get on with a ground rule double. One out in the bottom of the ninth. And he's over at second base. Here comes Jorge Soler. Batting in the sixth spot. And he takes it inside for ball one. Phillies lost the first game by a score of 8-4 of this series, and then they got shut out last night, 1-0, and they're looking to shut out the Giants, and are 2 outs away from doing so, and the pitch is taken on the inside corner for a strike. They're also looking to go 17-10 on the road and get their 39th win of the season before they head back home to face the Cardinals. The 1-1 pitch, and that's fouled away right behind the plate. The Dodgers and Mets are still tied at 3-3. It's heading to the top of the seventh. And the 1-2, breaking ball that misses for ball two. Two balls, two strikes. And the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a foul ball over towards the first base side, and it goes well out of play. Soler with 6 homers on the season and 15 RBI. 33 hits coming into today as well. And the 2-2 misses wide and low for ball 3. Made his debut in August of 2014 with the Chicago Cubs. And a lot of power in the bat, always has. And the 3-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th inning. Turnbull threw a slider, and Soler went fishing after it. It was low and away. And the Giants are down to their final out. And time is called really quickly with a conversation on the mound between Stubbs and Spencer. Up next is Ramos. I play for Liverpool Trojans, the oldest team in British baseball. That's really cool. Anybody going to London? It's cool. Using Turnbull in the garbage innings are disrespectful. Okay. Well, he gets to close out the 9th inning and get the last 3 outs. I think that's pretty cool. My first pitch is in 20 minutes, but hang in there. Till the end of the game. And I don't know if you want to tune in today. I feel sick to my stomach. I'm gonna support you, my guy. Trust me. I'm not at my best today either. Clearly, if you can see. The pitch, and that's low and outside for a ball. But consistency, that's what matters. You know, you get knocked down, you get back up. I said that Soler had a double, and it was really Wilmer Flores, but I'm back up, man. I screwed up. The 1-0 is low for ball 2. Just like the Cardinals' former announcer on that home run. Knock me down. Hello, goodbye. You should watch that. It's a good call. 2 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch to Turnbull from Turnbull is fouled off. There you go, right there. Ramos is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He walked, also struck out. He's hitless, or he was hitless last night. And the 2-1 is way outside for ball 3. I always enjoyed it. That's really cool. My grandfather's cousin was Phil Rizzuto. That's awesome. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. And that's fouled away. And the Giants are down to their final strike. Look at this chat. It's booming. Hit the thumbs up button. Come on, baby. Hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. We need 42 more subs till we get to 2,700. Turnbull looks back at second. Now back to the plate and the payoff pitch. And that's popped over towards shallow right field. Castellanos on the run. He can't make the catch. And coming on in to score for the Giants is Flores. And there goes the shutout. It's now 6-1 Phillies on the RBI bloop single out to right field. And the Giants stay alive. So while we get more time added here, hit the thumbs up button, man, and hit that subscribe button as well. I feel like even if like Zach Wheeler came into like to pitch a 9th inning ever, I would take that as a compliment. I don't know, but that's just me. The pitch, and that's taken wide for ball 1. To Brooks. It's Trenton Brooks that's due up to bat. But he's so much better than Walker, right? Exactly, Larry. And the 1-0 is swung on and fouled. That's exactly my point, Larry. 1-1 is the count to Trenton Brooks, the pinch hitter for Fitzgerald. Made his major league debut yesterday and played over at first base. Steps out of the box, now steps back in. On the left side, he's 28 years old. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch is a check swing foul ball. Looked like it was high. And the Giants again are down to their final strike. And Brooks has to go get a new bat. I think he cracked it. This is also, I think, the last time that you're going to hear this extra background noise. So that's great. Getting a new cable. Hopefully that comes in today. Or better yet, tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch. And that's taken downstairs for a ball as well. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2, that misses inside and low to Trenton Brooks. Phillies have Jeff Hoffman warming up in the bullpen in case this inning gets out of hand. That's exactly my point, Larry. Two outs and a runner over at first. And the 3-2 on the way, swinging a grounder, hit over to first base, gobbled up by Harper, and he tags the bag, as the Phillies avoid a sweep, and they finally beat the Giants out in San Francisco and break the curse. It's their first win at Oracle Park since June 19th of 2021. Ring the bell, the Phillies win. How about that? Good stuff, man. Very awesome stuff. Love it. Good win today. Very nice and easygoing win. I liked what Christopher Sanchez did. Thought he did a really good job out there on the bump, and the Phillies needed this. You know? They really did. They needed this win. Turnbull technically blew the shutout, but Phillies dominated. They absolutely dominated. And I was happy that Kyle Schwarber led things off with that home run out to left field. That was big, too. You know, you're taking on Kyle Harrison. He struggled against you his last time that he pitched. And the Phillies did a good job at responding today after putting up a goose egg last night. And, you know, you have to turn it around for a quick 12:45 game out in the West Coast, and they responded. So all you can do is play the teams out in front of you, play the games out in front of you, and get the win. And it was a stress-free game, and they did that. They still left a lot of runners on base, but a win is a win at the end of the day. And Christopher Sanchez was the player of the game, in my opinion. But the bottom of the order did its work, too. I really liked what Garrett Stubbs and Christian Pache provided. Good for Rob to put Edmundo Sosa in the 2 spot. Thought that was the right move. I know that he didn't have the best day today, but he deserved that. And Nick Castellanos, to his credit, I know he's been getting a lot of heat on here, but he had a single, a double, and a home run today. Okay? What else could you really ask for from him? He responded, right? Give him credit where credit is due. So, yeah. Good overall baseball game. I'm tired. Nice job by Christopher Sanchez to get the win. One word to describe that game before we go, man. Comment down below. 39th win. 39 feels pretty awesome. It does. Feels nice. All right. How do we feel after that? How do we feel, man? Comment your thoughts down below. One word. One word. Come on. One word to describe that game. Needed. Needed. That's a good one. I don't know why my chat stopped working, but it did. A win at Petco is a start. Well, no, it was at Oracle, but still. Unsweepable. Goats. Needed, relieved. Yep. Yeah, that was the only. I kind of wish he would have gotten the cycle too, but that's not rational, you know. That wouldn't have probably been likely. It was great though. Good win. We beat a team over 500 today to shut up the haters. That's true. You're not wrong about that, man. I like that. All right, I'm going to go. I'm done babbling on here. I am a little bit tired, but I will catch you all on the next one, all right? Phillies have an off day tomorrow. Be on the lookout for some extra content, okay? I did say that we'll look at number 5 starters, and we'll look at the past World Series teams and see who everybody's number 5 starter was and how they did up to this point of the year. We're going to make a video of that. Okay, just to prove to everybody that a number 5 starter for that Taijuan Walker as a number 5 starter is actually not a bad thing, as everybody makes it seem like it is. All right, love you all. I'll catch you all on the next one. Good night. Bye, Latov.